YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Swain, and I am back with another video, man. And today's video topic, man, I want to discuss the type of women that in my opinion, that I feel men should stay far away from when it comes to having children with them. Procreating with them, and not only having children with them, even being in a serious committed relationship, living with them, marrying them, anything of that sort, guys. If she possessed any of the qualities that I am going to discuss in this video, bro, you need to stay the fuck away from her, because she's only going to cause you stress, drama, and destruction in your life. Believe me when I tell you. So let's get into the video. The first thing, guys, is an argumentative, unruly woman. If this woman is always trying to argue anything that you say, any decision that you make, she's not good to have a child with, guys. If she's unruly, and what I mean by unruly is that anytime that there's a disagreement or something that she doesn't agree with, she acts out, she gets over talkative, argumentative, loud. These type of women, guys, are only going to cause you stress. But you have to think about it. Like, let's just say you have a child with this chick, and you all decide to, let's say the child gets in trouble in school, and you want to chastise the child a certain way, but the woman doesn't agree. And you, being the man, you see a more fit way or a more logical way to discipline this child, but because she doesn't agree with it, she gets in the way of you properly being a father or properly fathering your child. And what this does is it only hurts the child later down the road, because a lot of times what these type of women would do is they want to get the last word, they want to get the last say so, they want to try to be top dog in a relationship. So she will actually neglect her logical reasoning, and also her duty to be a mother, just to over trump you, especially if it's in a baby mama, baby daddy situation. Usually you get this kind of pushback when y'all are not together, when you don't live together, and she's your baby mom. She will just do the opposite of whatever you say just because it's you. And you can't be with a woman like that, because these women are not putting the child first, okay? So don't deal with women like that. The next thing is when a woman say shit like, I'm an alpha female. There is no alphaness with women in comparison in dealings with men. If a woman tells you that she's an alpha female or she's dominant, this is not the type of woman that you want to procreate with, because in her mind, she's alpha. So if she's alpha in her mind, why would she be in a position, or wanting or willing to be in a position, to allow you to lead so that the relationship will thrive? Or not even just the relationship, just the co-parenting relationship will thrive as it comes, or as it deals with your child, as far as your child goes. If she's of that mindset, guys, you're going to have a hard time with this woman. She's going to create very, very, toxic situations, guys. And this is why you have so many men who can't be adequate fathers, because the woman is creating so many obstacles. And when she's like this, women who think like that, that's where the programming comes from. Women like that usually tend to program the child, because in her mind, right, she's alpha. In her mind, she's dominant. So she wants every, bit of control she can possibly get in the situation, even if that means turning the child against you, just so that she has the upper hand while dealing with the child and raising the child growing up. Now, a lot of times these children grow up and realize that in most cases the mother is the fucked up parent, and they will return back to the father, bro. They will. And it's kind of like, I'm not really religious, but I do use a lot of comparisons to the Bible, because when you think about the Bible, it talks about how the only way to be saved is to return to the Father. And that is subliminal or not necessarily subliminal, but if you think about that, that is the same thing as when dealing with, our children down here. Let's take away the spiritual aspect of it. Children usually get corrected by going through the Father. Like when I was a child and I would get in trouble with my mom and shit like that, she would always be like, wait till your daddy get home. And when my pops came home, he would lay his foot down. He would lay down the law of the land in his household. And I would end up, following whatever he said. So whatever the punishment that he decided to give me was what it was. And that is where you got your correction and your guidance, was through your father, bro. So when you have women who try to take the father out of the equation, this woman is toxic, and she is more than likely going to cause more harm to your child than you ever could, resulting in her being the true deadbeat. The next thing is, guys, you have to start paying attention to the way these women present themselves in society. For example, if she's a woman with extremely long nails, this woman is illogical. I can't tell you how many times I've been working the front door as security and women would come up to me and I would ask to see their ID. And because their nails are too long, they say shit like, oh, I can't get my ID out. Can you get it for me? It's my nails. I can't pick that up. It's my nails. You know how fucking like illogical and delusional you have to be to go spend $200 on some fucking nails that are going to make your everyday task harder to complete? Like, I'm wondering how they even wiping their ass with nails this long, bro. So this is a number. I'm not kidding with y'all. This shit may sound crazy, but I am telling you right now that this is a telltale sign, bro. When she presents herself in ways that even her fashion displays illogical reasoning. I'm going to call that fashion, whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it hygiene, grooming, whatever you want to call it. But usually and typically women who do shit like this are illogical. They are not capable of being led. They are not capable of being, mothers who are going to adequately perform their duties when it comes to their children. Now, I'm not saying that every woman with long nails like this is a fucked up parent, but what I'm saying is that a lot of the times you want to associate these type of, displays of character with illogical reasoning. Anything that's going to make your everyday life harder is not logical. So stay away from women who do that. Another thing, and this is a big one, guys. This is a huge one. This is not in no particular order. I'm just telling you things off the top of my head that I've experienced. Dating a woman who was not raised with a father present in her life. These are the absolute worst women to marry, to date, to have children with, because they do not understand how to properly interact with a man, and not only with a man, but with a man being in the position of leading. See, a lot of the times women like to throw off the hierarchy of God, man, woman, and child. And like I say, and I have to reiterate, I'm not the most religious guy in the world, but however, I do believe in balance. And one thing that I do agree with when it comes to a lot of religions is the hierarchy of God, man, woman, child. Anytime you have a woman who's not used to or who hasn't had a father present in her life, she will usually be the type to disrupt this hierarchy because she's not used to being in a position to where a man is leading her. So when you have her in your household, she's going to create a very unpeaceful household because she wants to be in control. She wants to lead. She wants to determine what the final say-so will be. And if you are a man of any type of character, or a man who displays, authentic masculinity, it'll never work with you, because women like this will disturb your soul. She will disturb your peace. And not only will she disturb your peace, she will disturb your ability to be an adequate father, guys. You cannot be with women who come from these type of backgrounds. So you have to pay attention when you're dating women. You got to ask, hey, what is your relationship like with your father? Is your father present? 9 times out of 10, if the father is not present, this woman's femininity won't be present. She's going to be a very masculine, opposite of what you want as a wife. And it is not going to be good for you. It's not going to fare well for you. And this is why you have a lot of guys who are in relationships with women where their stress levels are at an all-time high, because you're trying to create a peaceful situation, but you have an unruly woman who brings everything except peace, guys. And when she's doing that, she's not nurturing. She's not bringing, you got to think, you come home from work and from fighting the world all day. The last thing you want to do is come home to argue with a woman who's unruly, who lacks femininity, and who thinks that she is alpha. So like I said, guys, these type of women you have to stay away from. They're only going to cause destruction. And also, this is a lot of the times why in the black community, it is so hard to, procreate and date black women. And then I love black women. This is not me, shitting on black women. It's just the fact that a lot of black women come from single parent households with the mother being the lead role as the parent, right? So a lot of black women don't understand their feminine role when it comes to men. And this is why you have a lot of guys who become successful and opt out to date other races of women, because other races of women in comparison to the black community have a higher rate or a better chance of being in a family where the father is present. And this is not that white women or other races of women are better than black women, guys. It's just the fact that a lot of other races of women and the different races of women understand how to interact with a man because they saw their mother do it. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there are white women who can't fall into these categories. Usually those white women identify and associate with the black culture, which is also a terrible decision to make if you're looking to date a woman and procreate and build with her, guys. And I'm gonna tell you, if out of all the things I named, this is the most important. If she does not have a father in her life, mark my words, she is not going to do anything but bring destruction and lack of peace to your life, unless she was, in the presence of some man growing up that possessed true authentic masculinity, like maybe a stepfather or grandfather or uncle or something like that. Or maybe if she even went to the military. What I will say is that you find women in the military a little masculine, but what I will say is that they seem to understand structure a lot more than women who are just civilians. You understand what I'm saying? Not to have this video go on any much longer than what it has to be. That's pretty much it for the video, fellas. I hope you all got some game from this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, fellas. Until next time, peace.